Hey everybody, TexAgs Rewind. David Nuno here with the fan show guys. Hello, Kelly.
Howdy.
Hello, Matt.
Hello.
Hey, no arguing today. So I asked the other day, hey, do you guys like the intro or outros? And I'd say 78% like the intro outros. The rest, 22%, were not in. I don't really like it. So for
They
them,
said the fan guys were terrible.
Yeah. They didn't particularly say the fan guys.
They just
overall.
said they just said Thursdays.
Yeah.
They said Kelly. I mean, no, I'm kidding. Hey, today on the show, Stephen McGee was on.
Not everybody likes the bald guy.
I don't know how to respond to that. I like bald people.
Thank you.
The Rock. Who doesn't like The Rock?
That's true.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I agree.
Very bald.
Yeah.
Bald is beautiful.
Sean Connery.
Telly Savalas.
Telly.
For a
Kojak.
minute, I thought you said Kelly.
Well, hey, now back to the show that we're trying to get to. Coach Schloss joined us. Not worried about what happened the other day against Lamar. They're moving ahead with Portland coming up. Aaron Torres from Fox Sports Radio and Pounding the Rock. A lot of basketball talk on the fan show, guys, here on TexAgs Rewind. All right, Stephen, what is bullcrap?
Well, thanks to Nick and Zay in the back. My bullcrap this week is Brandon Miller at Alabama. This situation with the gun, as Zane put it, he gets the hockey assist. He didn't commit the crime, but he just randomly had a pistol he owned underneath the back seat of his car. Like if you own a gun, I own guns, but those things need to be put up and secured safely. You don't just throw them in the back seat and to act like it wasn't his fault. I mean, you're responsible for that now. And so that's bullcrap. This whole situation is kind of scary. It's sad. Guns are not toys, certainly. And so my bullcrap this week is Brandon Miller.
OB?
I'm not a big. In fact, I'm not a fan at all of Tiger Woods. But you know what? I'm dislike even more than that is cancel culture. And look, he had a joke, a private joke, an inside joke with a friend of his, and it involved a feminine product.
Yep.
And everybody got so outraged, demanding he apologized.
Because the photographer zeroed in and was able to see it,
So,
right?
you know what? I would not have apologized. I would have said, look, it's a joke between me and him. If you don't like it, BFD, big fat deal.
Wow. Thank goodness.
So what I think is bull crap is that people think that they have the right to get pissed off about anything, no matter what you do in your private life. And you say, well, it wasn't private. It was a private joke between two people. Shut the hell up. And this is coming from a guy who's not a Tiger Woods fan. If he and his friend have an inside joke, that's their business. And you say, oh, they shouldn't do it. Where? Why? Because you don't like it? They shouldn't do it out on the court. Why? Why should they not? Because you don't like it? Because you're offended? Well, if you're offended, maybe the problem is with you.
What do you tell your group when it comes to that you have to be the better team on a daily basis?
Oh, that's real simple because we lived it. It is coaching. It's never about the team. The best team that plays the best. And that's what drives you crazy. That's what drives you crazy about the sport of baseball. And it's also what gives you hope. Like there's going to be a lot of games this year where we are not the best team on the field. When you look at the Major League Draft, like how many times last year did we have the best players per the Major League Draft? Not very often. But the sum of the parts was better than the parts. So if we don't play well, we're going to lose. If we play well against the LSU's and Tennessee's and these teams that are supposed to have the more high draftable players, then we'll be fine. I mean, that's going to give us the best chance. But I did remind them yesterday, like Lamar's, there are no young teams anymore, and I think you guys probably talk about this in all sports. So there's no team that's going to come into Olsen Field and be spooked by the crowd, because as I sit here and look at Portland's, the guys, they have one freshman pitcher. They have no freshmen that play in the lineup. It's a completely junior, senior, grad transfer team, and Lamar was even older. So no one's going to get spooked anymore. So you have to play good baseball. And if you don't, you're going to lose. And if you do, it gives you the best chance to win. So I wasn't upset with our attitude or effort the other night. We just got outplayed. And when you get outplayed, most of the time you're going to lose.
if you are one of these higher seeded teams, you do not want to play Texas A&M if they are legit, like a 10, an 11, an 8, whatever. Buddy, they may be passing all that and getting even higher the way they're playing.
Yeah, from an on-the-court perspective, and I'm glad we can talk a little ball. Like I had this thought while I was watching the game against Tennessee the other night, and you've been leading me, kind of to this water for a few weeks now, is they've actually turned into one of my favorite teams to watch, as weird as it sounds. I know they don't play like the most fun style of play, but they're just such a veteran, consistent team. Like, you just know what you're getting from them every night. Like, it's not Kentucky where they're up 20 and then they're down 4. It's not Tennessee where they beat the number 1 team and then they lose to an unranked. Like, they're just the same team, even Steven, every day. And they're again, I don't think people fully appreciate that this team is 2 or 3 wins away from being the SEC regular season champion. And to your point, I don't do bracketology during the season. I'll let Joe Lenardi figure that out. Just give me a bracket and I'll tell you how I think the games match up. But the way that team plays defense, the physicality that they have, tell me the team that they don't match up well with, because, again, they've matched up well with everybody in an SEC that's going to have 6-7 bids this season. Just beat Missouri, just beat Tennessee, multiple NCAA tournament teams. I really actually like this Aggie team a lot, potentially, once they get that bracket. And I don't really care where they are. I think they're going to be a tough out for anybody that they play.
I think it's been amazing. I've had the most fun just watching Texas A&M basketball that I've had in a long time. But I think what plays into the excitement that I have about where this program is and where they're going is the fan support. We haven't seen a consistent fan base at Reed Arena, and we are seeing that now. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're winning every single game in front of these crowds, and they're very good basketball games. But to walk into a Reed Arena and there are still lines outside, like people are waiting to get in. I had a girl that I know, she said, I couldn't even get into the game against Tennessee, which baffles me, by the way, because that attendance record wasn't even in the top 10 of attendance records. So why was she not allowed to get in? Who is turning her away and her friends?
It's like when you go to a restaurant, that like there's seats available. There's
I hate that too, by the way.
But they don't have enough servers. So maybe there weren't enough helpers.
Stop. Well, everybody's allowed to come in.
Do I have a point?
You do, and it frustrates me too, because I keep telling us, get them sat, we'll figure out who's going to pick them up. I'll figure out who's the least busy at this point. But, you said about the consistency and stuff, and somebody was talking to me at the cafe the other day and about, it's so much fun. And I said, it is, because they're winning. I said, but it's frustrating. I said, because football can be 0-8, and they're still going to come close to a sellout with the students.
Right.
Baseball the same way. Basketball has to win to get the student support, and I don't understand why. To me, it's always the most fan-friendly game there is, because you make more of an impact on the game than in any other sport as far as I'm concerned. But I did get concerned last night because A&M didn't play great in that first half, fights their way back to get that small lead, and Tennessee ties it right at the end of the half. You would have thought we lost the game where we're down 10. They all dropped their heads and walked to the locker room. I said, we're in trouble.
We're going to finish this one real quick. Matt, you do part of it. Kelly, you finish it. What do they do?
Subscribe, comment, share, like.
You left them nothing.
I was going to say, I don't remember the next one.
Click the notification bell to never miss a rewind.
You never want to miss the fan shows, what you don't want to miss.
Actually, if there's a show you want to... I'm kidding.
Louis doesn't want to watch it, but whatever.
But yeah, it's all right. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.